Good day, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ademola Badmos. If this is your first time, please do not forget to like and subscribe. So, moving on, we will begin to take out the structure of Playwright. What we will do now is introduce the page object modeling. And in order to do that, the first thing we are going to create two folders. The first one will be test, where all the text that we write will be inserted. And right after that, we are going to create another folder called pages, where we shall be keeping all elements. And probably if we have some classes that we want to write, we can put it there. Maybe things that would allow us to click on any element, or would allow us insert any element if we so by wish doing. But for this small example, because we have a very small site that we are going to use, I'm just going to show you how you can store elements into it. You can also use that same method to store classes into it and use those classes as you see fit. So now, moving on, the first thing I would do is I will create the, what's it called, a file inside the pages for page objects. So I can click on that um, file itself. I can click on the folder, pardon me, then click this button here. It will create a file inside it. So I just need to make sure that I'm clicking that particular folder so you can create a file inside it. So I can come here and name, let's just name this one page objects, right? Page objects. Yes, so we name it this way. Okay, it's a spec file. And inside it, let's just create the pages, the constant I want to create into it. So let's export a variable, but this variable will be created for just a particular purpose. Oh, sorry. I thought I did the, yeah, let's call it selectors, right? And it's going to carry some objects. Okay, so the objects that it will carry will be from this site. Um, it will be from this example site that we are using, and we've initially used this for Cypress. So I can go back to the Cypress file and copy from the fixtures folder like I did the other time. Where is it again? This is yeah, that's for Cypress. So I can go here and copy everything in here. I'll just change the structure of it because this one is in the JSON format, but we don't need it in the JSON format. So I will copy it here, then I'll make the changes. So I'm going to remove this and put it this way. So I can leave the quotes on the other side. Then I can leave this too. So all I just need to do is just remove this one, and I think we are good to go. So I can just format this document to make it look formatted, and there you go. We have created some variables that we can now use in the test. So now for the test side, I would also click on the folder test, then click a file and create a test. I can say mail test spec JS. Okay, and inside here, the first thing I want to do is probably just I want to import that particular file from the page object. So in order to import the file from the page object, what I just need to do is just do this import. What's the name of the file again? What's the name of the constant selectors? So I can say import, oh, not again, import selectors, right? From here, and it has imported it straight for me. And in order to start using all the Playwright command, I also need to bring some Playwright context here, right? So I'm going to bring expect here. Let me start with, alphabetically. So let's start alphabetically. So it will be as if, so I'll bring expect here so I can make some assertions when I want to. And I will also need to bring the test block so I can begin to write my tests in Medusa. I said in Medusa, in Playwright. So now that I've done this, I can just do this. Let's test it if it will work. So let's write our first test. So we create the test block. This is the syntax that is used in Playwright. And like the easiest syntax that is used in Playwright, you can see some other Playwright script written in JavaScript and you see a different method and it will be working fine. But this is like the simplest and easiest way because this one also follows the model, the module syntax that what's it called employs. That Cypress employs, so it's a bit close to it. So the learning curve is very low. So from people that are migrating, that have learned Cypress and also want to learn Playwright, it is something that you can easily pick up. There are just few differences. So right here, I can say, let's test the page. That's the simple one that I want to do. Let's test page launch. So let's test the page launch. And once we have this, we now bring in the async concept. You can read more about this async concept. It's one of the concepts in JavaScript and it is pretty powerful and it makes things really pretty easy if you really know how to navigate your way through it. So it's something that it is worth looking into. So the next thing I would probably just do is just say, okay, it has already suggested something for us, so let's take it this way. So the URL is not part of what we have here. So maybe we should just add the URL to it. So we say URL and what is the URL? So let's just go to the page and copy the URL. So this is the URL. And we bring that here. And we're not forgetting this comma, so we can remove that error. So now that we have this, so we have the test to run. Now, the command to run our test is npx playwright, right? That's the command to run our test. npm playwright, then you now put test. And if I hit enter, it will run the test. Okay, it says one failed. Now what was the failure? Test page launch, error, doesn't exist. Playwright Chromium. Okay, so we forgot a command. After we have installed the Playwright test, after we've installed, the next thing we're supposed to do is do npx playwright install, because this actually would help us bring the config file that we created ourselves. But since we've created it, I don't think it will overwrite what we have created. So let's just quickly run the npx playwright install so it can bring all other browsers, the browser artifacts that we need and all. Here. Yes, and it is also worthy of note that Playwright also supports Safari browsers, not just Chromium. It supports Safari browsers, which is something that I think Cypress also adopts. It adopts that that WebKit that Playwright has, which is really very good stuff. So we're going to run the command again and try and see what that brings us. As you can see, it's running the page and it says it has passed. But as you can see, it ran the page headlessly. So if we want to make sure that it doesn't run headlessly, what we just need to do is the same command, we add a flag UI to it, and it would launch a page for us. So this is it, and we can come to the test and launch it so it runs. As you can see, it has already launched the page and it works. So we've been able to successfully introduce page object modeling, and we've been able to successfully use it to test a script, and it has been executed. So in the next video, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be bringing in Melosaur, and we are going to start all our tests from there. So thank you for getting this far. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.